What's up, guys? It's Leroy Jenkins here for another video, a PoliceSim NYC video. In this video, this is just gonna be, it's not linked to anything else, no series. It's just gonna be a standalone video. It's gonna be the PoliceSim NYC Game Pass ranking. Now, I do want to say, before we sit there and start all this, or you guys look at the game passes and how I rank them, I just want to say, it's my opinion. This is my opinion. I have basically every single game pass out there, except for the iHeart Dev one, because, well, you'll know why. But yeah, I have basically every single game pass, so I know how they are, and I know what's a great value, I know what's going on. So, without further ado, let's get into the ranking, starting at number 9. Alright, see you at number 9. Alrighty now, guys, starting here at number 9, we have the one and only supporter game pass. Let me tell you why it's number 9. Basically, it's number 9 because it doesn't really give you anything. Like before, maybe it would be a little bit higher, maybe not, but they gave you like a customizable gun where you could change the color of the gun to a different color, like the actual legitimate gun, like the pistol or the long gun or whatever. You could change the color of that. I think you could change the color of the bullets that were shooting out of it, and so on and so forth. But now it's just really, if you want to support the dev branch, get the Game Pass. I would recommend getting that last. After you've gotten all these other Game Passes I've listed, get it last. Because if you really and truly want to support the dev branch, get it. You know, support its development process, and yeah, that's mainly the whole point of this Game Pass. It's called Supporter. It's so that you can help support the dev branch. So he actually has some money to make this sustainable. So I recommend after you get every other Game Pass, get this Game Pass. Alrighty now, guys, we are here with number 8, the NYPD K9 Game Pass. Now this Game Pass, I'm not even gonna lie, it's not super useful, and there's one thing that really puts it down on this list, and that's its price. And even if its price was like 100 robux, or half the price of what it is right now, it would still be pretty low on this list, because there are tons and tons of Game Passes that do way more and are just better. Not even better value, just straight up better and are cheaper. So I mean, the value, if you like K9, it'll be good for a couple gameplays. If you're doing RP, that's who really needs the Game Pass. If you're doing RP servers and all this other stuff, you want to do RP, K9 Game Pass is for you. Once again, I would recommend getting it before you get the supporter Game Pass, because the supporter Game Pass is really just like apps. You get thin air. You get a couple breaths of oxygen. You get nothing. At least you get a dog. But yeah, if you're gonna get a Game Pass and you're choosing between the K9 and supporter, just get the K9 first. Simple as that. Because you get a dog that you can RP with, and it looks really nice. But really, when you're comparing it to other Game Passes, no. Just no. It can't be compared. Like, at least the supporter one, it says you're supporting the developer. This one, that actually has stuff with it, it's not really, it can't compare to some of these other Game Passes that are out there. Even the EMS Game Pass, where you can't even spawn the ambulance, you get like a medical Tahoe, and you can actually heal other units. You're able to do something. Versus the dog, which does what? Glitches into the floor sometimes. That's basically it. But yeah, that's why this Game Pass is so low on the totem pole. If you guys disagree, make sure to leave it in the comments section. Also, if you disagree with anything else in the future, any of these future ranks, put them in the comments section. Maybe I'm overlooking something. So on, and so on and so forth. So, let's get on to the next rank, number 7. Alrighty now, at the number 7 slot, we have the Paramedic Game Pass. Now I know, this is a pretty debatable one for why it's kind of this low on the list,
But it's this low on the list, and it's above the NYPD K9, because A, it's cheaper, right? And B, you have access to a whole nother team. A whole nother team. The K9 one, you're still on the NYPD team. And, the NYPD always gets knocked and gets a bad rep because it's kind of the free team. So, hey, you're on a whole different team. You have a different status. In addition, it comes with an ambulance and a medical Tahoe, meaning you have like absolutely everything in terms of, medical, getting people with, to the hospital however way you want to. You can be a medical supervisor, and the RP purposes are unlimited. In addition, it's a pretty cheap Game Pass, cheaper than some of these other ones, or more than half of these other ones. So, that's why the Paramedic Game Pass gets ranked up so high, or above the NYPD K9. It's still not at the, tippy top, not still not on the top half, but it still gets, above the NYPD K9. So let's get on to the next rank. Alrighty now. Guys, we have here at number 6 the FBI Game Pass. Now I know some people are gonna say it's debatable and they're gonna, hiss a little fit, but hey, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I put the FBI at number 6 because it's one of the most, it is the most expensive team. If you're gonna get any other team, it's the most expensive one for 300 Robux. In addition, you only get access to one car. If this is your only Game Pass, you get access to the Chevrolet Suburban. So yeah, if you want to get the, what's it called, the Explorer, you need to have the Unmarked Cars Game Pass. And if you want to get access to the Bearcat, you need the Special Tactics Game Pass. So if you have other Game Passes, this thing jumps up higher on the list. But if you have no other Game Passes, and this is like the first Game Pass you're getting, then sorry about that. It's not all as glorious as you thought. It's better than the EMS one because it is, a police thing and it's the FBI. So yeah. But once you get special tactics and extra weapons and all some other Game Passes, you have a couple other ones under your belt, then number 6 and number 5 can be kind of interchangeable at that point. So yeah, without further ado, why don't we get into number 5? Alrighty now guys, we have here at number 5, basically halfway done, the big bad NYSP Game Pass. Now I know, number 6 and number 5 can be interchangeable. The FBI could go over NYSP if you have other Game Passes. Because if you don't, then off the rip, you get 2 specialized cars, you get 2 cars in the NYSP versus the one in the FBI. In addition, NYSP is 50 Robux cheaper. So why wouldn't you pick it? That's why it gets higher up on the list. In addition, NYSP has specialized cars. So even if you do decide to get the Detective and plus Unmarked Cars Game Pass and add it on to the FBI, you get what? An Unmarked Explorer. The same Unmarked Explorer that the NYPD gets. So basically, you're just in an NYPD car dressed up as an FBI guy. There's no point. So that's why I say NYSP, because they have specialized cars. It's kind of like the Paramedic Game Pass, where they have specialized cars. I mean, it's not that specialized where it's no other models have it, but at the same time, you get access to a Charger and an Explorer with NYSP, custom NYSP lighting that no other units in the game have. So that's why it's that high up on the list. In addition, you get access to other tools like spike strips that no other units and no other teams have access to. So that's another reason why it's higher up on the list. You get special tactics. But yeah, let's head on to the next step on the list. Alrighty now, guys. Here at number 4, we have another debatable one, I guess. But hey, it's not interchangeable like some of the other Game Passes on the list are. But it's the Special Tactics Game Pass. Now, it's this low on the list for mainly one reason, and that's its price. I'm not saying it's a bad value, but because it's the most expensive Game Pass, I don't care what really the price is, because it's kind of value size, it's worth it, but it's being the most expensive Game Pass automatically just, puts you lower on the list no matter what. Whether it was the Mafia Game Pass that was the most expensive, whatever Game Pass is most expensive is getting knocked down a peg because it's the most expensive. So, however, I said nothing about bad value because that's why it's, top 5. It includes an armored Bearcat, a ballistic shield, HK-416 carbine, M110 marksman rifle, a plate carrier, and a helmet and a tactical suit. So basically, you're basically set. You like SWAT, this is good for you. If you have any other Game Pass, or FBI Game Pass mainly, FBI, NYSP, great, great, and more great. Because then you have access to the FBI, what's it called? The FBI's Bearcat, and you get guns with NYSP. So, best of both worlds. In addition, you get the NYPD Bearcat and all that SWAT tactical gear and guns, guns, and guns. That's basically, it could be higher up on the list. And I think from previous versions where it wasn't the most expensive Game Pass, it would have been higher up on the list. But because it is the most expensive Game Pass, we gotta knock it down a peg. But once again, most expensive doesn't mean worst value. I still recommend it. It's a great Game Pass. If we're going by value, this would be top 3 probably, or maybe even top 2. But yeah, speaking of top 3, let's get into number 3. Alrighty now, guys, we are here with number 3, which is number 3. The Detective Plus Unmarked Cars Game Pass. Yep, you heard me right. The Detective Plus Unmarked Cars Game Pass is at number 3 because, number 1, it's value. I was talking about the special tactics value. This thing, I'm not going to say it blows it out of the water with value, but it's pretty close to blowing it out of the water. It's like dropping depth charges. That's what this Game Pass does. It drops depth charges on the Special Tactics Game Pass and almost blows it out of the water. Because it's 100 Robux. The cheapest police, any type of police related Game Pass, this is the cheapest one. Even Emergency Services Game Pass. Anything that has to do with, civil government, this is the cheapest one. In addition, you get unmarked cars. Who doesn't like unmarked cars? Everybody likes unmarked cars. Now, 100 Robux. In addition, tons and tons of stuff. You get the unmarked unmarked Explorer unlocked on the FBI team. You get just so much value out of it. That's why it's this high on the list, because of the value. You can even give it a custom livery color, any color. It doesn't have to be just black or gray or white. You can get it any color. Like, even if you look at the Game Pass logo, it's a pink car. A pink car. Whatever color you want, you can have with this Game Pass. In addition, another thing is it's more of aesthetic. It may not be as practical as guns are. Does having an unmarked car help you? No, not really. There's no real aspects added in game that make unmarked cars have any edge on anything else versus a gun. Any of these things that come with guns in it, you'll get. That's why the extra weapons game pass is higher up on the list, either number 2 or number 1. You'll have to wait to find out. But Yeah, it's just aesthetic. It doesn't really help you like a gun does. So that's why it can be interchangeable for number two. I want to say that once again. Can be interchangeable for number two. Number two and number three, interchangeable, depending on what you favor more. But definitely, top three, top notch Game Pass. Alrighty, here is next up on the list. Number two is the Extra Weapons Game Pass. Now, it's number two on the list, and just like I said, number two and number three could be interchanged between the Detective Game Pass and the Extra Weapons Game Pass. And basically, it's number two on this list, kind of because it has weapons. It has guns. If you go on the NYSP, you can use the extra weapons. If you go on the FBI team, you can use the extra weapons. On the NYPD, of course, you can use the extra weapons. And it's cheaper than special tactics. So if you just are trying to do it mainly for the guns, like you have the NYSP Game Pass, I would recommend getting the extra weapons because there's no Bearcat in NYSP. So just save yourself 200, like 50% off. 50% off and get the extra weapons. But if I was being completely real, honest, and legit, if it wasn't the most expensive unit, the special tactics, it would probably be at number 3 right now. And extra weapons would be number 4, and then unmarked cars would be at number 2. But it's not. And I'm going to be completely honest from a value standpoint. The only reason you would want to get extra weapons is if you're running low on Robux and you can't actually afford the special tactics, or you have NYSP, like you have 400 Robux and you decided to spend it on NYSP, or you have like 500 Robux and you decided, what should I buy? Special tactics? Now I'll get NYSP. And then maybe like a week later, you're like, man, I want to get some weapons and I should have bought the special tactics. Now there's an actual class for that. Extra weapons. So you can use, you got 500 Robux, you spent 250 on NYSP, you have 250 left. You can get extra weapons. Now, of course, I know most people wouldn't, put their Robux that low, but just saying, you have 500 to budget. You have a budget of 500 Robux. You might have more than 500, but you have a budget to spend on this game, until you play it more, play it longer, like, is it going to be worth it to inject Robux in? And you decide to get NYSP, extra weapons. Now, I would say if you have that much, I just recommend the detective car and extra weapons, because detective car is cooler. And extra weapons gives you guns, or 500 Robux, I said. Detective car and special tactics. Easy. Boom. There's your 500 Robux. But if you decide to get NYSP, extra weapons is your person. It has great value. It comes with a shotgun and also I'm trying to think here, an M4A1 and an MK18 carbine rifle, the shotgun as I said, and they're all basically gears, so no matter what your rank is, you can access these guns. That's also why it's number 2 on the list. Alrighty, now here we are at number 1. And of course, if you've been counting all the game passes along with me, you know that number 1 is the Mafia Game Pass. Now I know not everybody's gonna be, all for this being the number 1 Game Pass. But, come on. 75 Robux. It's the cheapest Game Pass there is. In addition, it's like no other Game Pass out there. Nothing can be compared to it. It's Mafia. You're on the criminal team now. You're not even in anymore of just the police landscape. You can shoot whoever you want. You can do whatever you want. You're Mafia. You rule the streets. And it's 75 Robux once again. It's the cheapest Game Pass. Cheapest Game Pass. And you get to drive around in cool cars, Mercedes, G-Wagon, and then just a BMW, I believe. Either BMW or Mercedes sedan. And they're both really nice cars, especially the sedan, dude. And it sounds so smooth and it's so great. Just a great all around Game Pass. Oh my god, you get the extra weapons Game Pass because you get assault rifles. You get the special tactics because I believe you get a little bit more health. You get, kind of the unmarked cars, kind of. because you get black cars, you get to change the color of the cars, you get specialized cars. Once again, just like with NYSP, they're their own models. They're not copies of anything, or not NYSP, just like the Paramedic Game Pass. They're their own models. They're not copying anyone. They're not copying anyone. So that's why they're number one. I know not everybody will agree with this list, and this is the list as of right now in August 2020. The list can change. If you're watching this in the future, the list can change. Remember that. But let's get on to the outro now.
Alrighty now, I hope you guys have enjoyed that little Game Pass ranking, you know, leaderboard, so to speak. But also, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. So make sure to leave a like on the video if you really liked it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're new and you want to see more PoliceSim NYC gameplay and other police Roblox videos. Also, I just want to give a huge shout out to my guy, IndigoSynopsis. Make sure to go check him out. Check him out. Let's see if we can get him to 50 subscribers. If we're able to get him to 50 subscribers, boy oh boy, there'll be a prize for you guys if we're able to get him to 50 subscribers. So, run up his subscriber number. And the reason I put it here is because I know the only people that are watching this far are the real ones. You haven't clicked off the video yet. You're interested. So let's run up that number to 50. 50 big ones. Let's see how long it takes. And you guys will get a nice prize. It's a surprise. And a reward will be on the way. But also, if you enjoyed this video, click on some of the videos that are going to be popping up here. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, share with all your friends. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Or maybe even later today with the bonus video. Alright.